party switching, say anything fraud, Todd Baxter, and party switching, say anything fraud, Sandra Doorley. On October 21st, I sent you a Freedom of Information Law document demand. It's the same document for each of you. And I'm going to read it. And I already know what you will do, as you are each above the law in Monroe County. I hereby apply to inspect, obtain a copy of the following records. Quote, public employee payroll for Monroe County Sheriff's Office and Monroe County Jail. That's it. This is the document that compels you to send your public employee payroll to my house. Party switching, say anything fraud, Todd Baxter. I hereby apply to inspect, obtain a copy of the following records. Quote, the public employee payroll for the Monroe County District Attorney's Office. That's it. That's the document that compels you, party switching, say anything fraud, Sandra Doorley, to send your public employee payroll to my home address at 26 Sanders Farm Drive. Why do you think you exist in Monroe County? To abridge my civil and constitutional rights. Why do you think you are here in Monroe County at 130 South Plymouth Avenue? Huh? Why do you think you're there on South Fitzhugh Street in Rochester? Why do you think you're there at 47 South Fitzhugh Street? Why? Because of taxpayer dollars. You, Todd Baxter, received on October 21st a FOIL from me. I hereby apply to inspect, obtain a copy of following records. The cost of taxpayers, Monroe County Sheriff Todd Baxter has expended taxpayer dollars to settle employment-related discrimination lawsuits for failure to comply with Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. I demand to know if you, Sheriff Todd Baxter, are expending taxpayer dollars to settle lawsuits because your male public employees are sexually harassing your female employees. And it's sexual harassment, as I have previously explained to you, has 1,000 different definitions. And I'll just give you a few. It's a male employee asking a female employee out on a date over and over and over, and she constantly has to refuse. It's a male employee making disgusting, profane, vulgar remarks to a female employee in her presence. It's a male employee constantly touching a female employee at the office. For example, if he goes up to her while she's sitting down and he likes to rub her shoulders like this. You ever see guys do that? I've seen guys do that where I worked in Albany and on Capitol Hill, and it's a disgrace. A disgrace to do that. That doesn't meet the definition of sexual harassment. That can be a rape, of course. But it's still putting your hands on someone, and they don't want your hands on that person. I have no doubt that that happens at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office and the Monroe County District Attorney's Office, because both of your bureaucracies are criminal institutions. Quote, I hereby apply to inspect, obtain, and copy following records. The names and charges of every inmate at Monroe County Jail from January 1, 2018 to December 31, 2018. Right there, that's it. I want the name, the charge, because I'm going to contact these people. And you will refuse above the law, Todd Baxter. Quote, I hereby apply to inspect, obtain, and copy following records. The cost for a trip to Atlanta, Georgia, for a hotel and boarding for Monroe County Sheriff employee Ryan Fisher to attend the Super Bowl in Atlanta, Georgia, with his canine dog Lola on February 3rd, 2019. You had a picture on your Facebook page of your public employee Ryan Fisher at the Super Bowl in Atlanta, standing outside at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And that's Ryan Fisher with his canine dog Lola. What is Ryan Fisher doing out of Monroe County, out of New York State, 1,000+ miles away in Atlanta, Georgia. Public employee party switching fraud, Todd Baxter. I hereby apply to inspect, obtain a copy of the following records. Quote, the cost of a surveillance device purchased with taxpayer dollars and affixed to a building at 2025 Penfield Road to monitor if Christopher Chichester at 26 Sanders Farm Drive walks through the parking lot next to the building. So, surveillance device, camera. You bought it, you installed it, you lie about it. That's it right there. That's on that building at 2025 Penfield Road. And that video has an assigned number called an ICN number. That's what I was told. I wouldn't be surprised if ICN number's a lie, but that's what I was told. I've been demanding that video for more than a year, 50+ times, and every single time you refuse to send it to me. That's because I'm not committing any crime. How is it a crime to walk outside for 30 seconds and tell the toothless grass cutter from Broccolo Tree and Lawn Care that they don't own that land next to my house? How is that a crime, Todd Baxter? How is that criminal contempt? Only in your delusional, fucked up fantasy world is that a crime. And did you notice that I used profanity, Todd the Fascist Stooge? Did you notice that? Because I use profanity, and fuck you, Todd, and fuck you, Sandra. Because I'm going to tell you about my use of profanity, and I've been using profanity going back to when I was in the military in the 101st. And as anybody that served in the military, there's a lot of profanity that's used. So I go to walk my wonderful little guy on this land over here that I'm pointing at, that Nayraj and Layla Kumar Shah, these two parasites that you've empowered to destroy my character and integrity, don't own and can't prove they don't own. You know why they can't prove they don't own that land? Because this is not a title or a document that proves land ownership. You see this? Nayraj and Layla Kumar of Crazy Town at 2041 Penfield, New York. You don't own anything alongside and behind my house. I'm telling you, you're bankrupt. I'm telling you, you don't own any land. You're not landowners. You own jack, Layla Kumar and Nayraj. I've been demanding documentation from you. And when your toothless tractor rider is alongside my house, let's say on a Sunday at 7 a.m., this is what he has with him, and this proves nothing. So, I walk my wonderful little guy on this land over here. The back window flies open. They're screaming at me. And you hear an hour later, they seize my dog. Lunatic, fringe. And what you also did is you set me up. Because you got that device on that building. You tell the toothless tractor rider, go by his house. Because he's going to come outside and I'll do it again. And I'm going to continue to do it. And what happened was, as I've told you, and you know exactly what happened in your 1984, is you told this toothless tractor rider, go by his house, he's going to come outside, and I'm on video. And when he does, Steve Desmond, a private citizen, is going to get on the phone and call you Panorama Trail whack jobs to my house. And I'm on video, outside for 30 seconds. I go outside, they don't own the land, I come back in. And then I see Deputy Whack Job Meyer crash and fall down on her face in my backyard dirt. I spoke to this woman for an hour. And let me tell you about Deputy Whack Job Meyer, Michael Radler, and Kathleen Miller, and W. Tadeo, and S.L. Brody. And you probably know this about her. She has a bizarre, odd manner of speaking on the phone. I had to pull the phone back and think, what is going on with this woman? Because as I'm talking to her, she's not responding to anything that I said. She continues to ask me questions, and then when I would answer a question, she wouldn't respond to my answer. And I'm on the phone thinking, there's something radically wrong with this Monroe County Sheriff's employee. Just from the manner she speaks, the way she pauses, the way she doesn't acknowledge anything that I say. It was a 1984 conversation. That's what I call it. This Deputy Whack Job, you know why I'm demanding your payroll? Because I want to look at her name and I want to see how much this sick, disgusting, repulsive, bankrupt liar makes in taxpayer dollars. So I go run a 5K at Monroe Community College. And afterwards, they have the awards at the gym. And I'm at the gym. He got my first place in my age category. And this is what I see. Why, Todd Baxter, do you have 4 of your public employees at MCC? What are they doing there? What are they doing there in this gym? I'll tell you what they're doing there. There's no accountability at your criminal organization. They do whatever the hell they want. Look at here, they are standing around doing nothing at a gym after a 5K at MCC. I do have any control over your fanatics? Do you know what your fanatics are doing on a daily basis? So, anyway, Todd, I have a picture of you here. And this is you in your Monroe County Sheriff's uniform. Here you are, Todd. Here you are right here. This is the uniform you wear to work every day there, with your big shoes there, and you got your broom on your head. And Todd, you have your saying. You have this question you like to ask everybody you meet. You like to ask this question: where's the kaboom? And, Todd, I don't know where the kaboom is, all right? So don't you, Sheriff Todd Baxter, ask me where the kaboom is, all right? You got that, Todd the fascist stooge? Because I don't know where the kaboom is. You got that? Now, party switching fraud, Sandra Doorley, I have a picture of you because, you like to switch parties because you'll say anything and do anything because that's what frauds do. And I have a picture of you here, Madam District Attorney, because you got 2 favorite teams, just like Sheriff Baxter does. So here you are, Madam District Attorney. Here you are in the Chicago Cubs hat, and there you are in the New York Yankees hat. You see, you used to be a Cubs fan, Madam District Attorney, and then you cashed in the Cubs for the Yankees. What the hell's going on, party switching, say anything fraud, Sandra Doorley? You got 2 favorite teams, sweetheart. What's going on? I gotta have a picture of you here, say anything, party switching fraud. Here you are with your new team at Yankee Stadium. There you are, Madam District Attorney, with your Yankees hat on. What the hell are you doing? Cashing in your Chicago Cubs, party switching fraud, Sandra Doorley, for the Yankees. You're not a Yankee fan. You don't even know where Yankee Stadium is, Madam District Attorney Sandra Doorley. Get with the program, sweetheart. So, and Madam District Attorney, I'm also concerned about your behavior after hours. And what you're doing in your personal life. I really am, because obviously there's something radically wrong with the Monroe County District Attorney's Office. When I go to the nauseating Star Chamber of Penfield Court as an innocent man, I stand at the podium in front of John P. Lomenzo Jr., who's releasing sexual predator Daniel DeLouse in Penfield because he has a relationship with Daniel DeLouse's father. And I look over at the prosecutor, and I'm waiting for her to make an argument for me standing in the corner of a parking lot. This is criminal contempt and demented Baxter world. Because I'm going to interrupt her when she says something that's inaccurate. So I stand in front of Lomenzo. I'm looking at your prosecutor. And I'm waiting for her to start to talk, to make an argument against me about this concocted crime of criminal contempt. I'm not guilty of any crime ever my entire life. My entire 54 years on earth. I've never committed a crime. So I'm standing there in front of John Lomenzo, a man releasing a sexual predator in Penfield, and he was rearrested for trying to entice children again because he wants to rape children. John Lomenzo is releasing Daniel DeLouse III in Penfield, a child rapist, and I have to appear in front of this guy in Penfield Town Court. So I look over at your prosecutor, Sandra Doorley. And your prosecutor, guess what she says, Madam District Attorney? Huh? Guess what she says, say anything party switching fraud, Sandra Doorley? Nothing. Not a word, not a sound, not a syllable, nothing, because I'm not guilty of any crime. Did she come back to the office and say, I just watched an innocent man have the handcuffs go on him and he was taken to jail? Did that happen? What is her name, Sandra Doorley? You refuse to tell me her name. So, Sandra, I'm very concerned about what you're doing after hours because you obviously have a private life and you want to have a nice and fulfilling time in your private life. And I have a picture of you in your private life, sweetheart. And here you are in your nightgown here, and you got your crazy town hair going on, Sandra. What is going on with that look on your face? All right? Because something really odd is going on here. You're staring at Dan Gallagher. You got this thing for Dan Gallagher. You're following him all over New York City. You're driving from Rochester, you're over to Albany, down the New York State Thruway to get to New York City because you're stalking Dan Gallagher. You're thinking about him right here with your crazy town hair. Look at the look on your face, Madam District Attorney. I mean, you're just ready to go berserk with a knife. I mean, this is really, really disturbing, this look you have on your face. And, Madam District Attorney, your behavior was brought to the attention of Hollywood because you played yourself then in this film here. Perhaps you've seen Fatal Attraction here. There you are. All right. You're looking away there. Yeah. I mean, you got your whack job look on your face there. I mean, you're doing something here on this poster. And, Madam District Attorney, I'm very concerned about your behavior around animals because I adopted my wonderful little guy, my Shih Tzu, from Lollipop Farm Humane Society 7 years ago, and you have to have an interview. And I went there with my ex-girlfriend, Beautiful Perfect Laura, and Beautiful Perfect Laura and I sat down and we were interviewed, and then we went to the cages to pick out my wonderful little guy. So, Madam District Attorney, you also have a relationship with animals because you're starring in this movie here, and you're in your whack job nightgown here, all right? And you got that look on your face, and you need to stay away from certain animals, Madam District Attorney. I'm very concerned with you, and in particular, specifically, you need to stay away from bunny rabbits, okay, Madam District Attorney? You, Sandra Doorley, you better not go around any bunny rabbits, all right? Stay away from bunny rabbits, Sandra Doorley. You got that? So, now, Todd, I told you, I don't know where's the kaboom, all right? I do not know where's the kaboom, all right? You got that? Now, Sandra Doorley, as an innocent man, tell me, why should I vote for you? Huh? I saw the sign when I went for my run on Penfield Road. I ran right by it, and I had to prevent myself from becoming physically ill, and I'm not exaggerating. I had to prevent myself from becoming physically ill when I saw this sign. Why do you deserve another 4 years in office? And you will achieve victory. You will win. And it's a disgrace. Why? Conviction, integrity, unit. You have to have a unit at the district attorney's office to police yourselves. It's such a joke, an abomination. Anyway, and excuse me, Madam District Attorney, you have a split personality disorder, and I'm very concerned about your split personality disorder, especially how you were sitting there at Yankee Stadium with your Yankees hat on, and you're also here. You're also on the ice too. You're also a figure skater. There you are, holding up your hands in the air, saying, I'm just the greatest figure skater on the face of the earth. But you got competition, Madam District Attorney. And here she is writing in competition, and you hate Nancy Kerrigan. Look, why are you looking at Nancy like that? Why are you looking at Virginal Nancy like that, Madam District Attorney? You better stop looking at Virginal Nancy Kerrigan like that. Get with the program, Madam District Attorney. You need to get back to assaulting the civil and constitutional rights of Chris Chichester, 26 Sanders Farm Drive in Penfield, New York, and stop staring at, the virginal princess Nancy Kerrigan on the ice, Madam District Attorney. Do you understand me, Madam District Attorney? So, now, I'm concerned about the official beverage of the Monroe County District Attorney's Office and the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. Now, this beverage here, this beverage cannot be consumed by any of your public employees, and every single one of your public employees consume this beverage. This is the Kool-Aid. Now, this is cherry, all right? Now, is cherry the favorite flavor for the Monroe County District Attorney's Office and Monroe County Sheriff's Office? How much of this cherry Kool-Aid are you drinking? Because it's got to be gallons there. All right, you know why? Because whack jobs drink Kool-Aid. You ever hear that phrase, he drank the Kool-Aid? All right, that's because Jim Jones founded this cult in Guyana, in South America, and his followers, they committed suicide by drinking Flavor Aid, but the term is drank the Kool-Aid. So whenever people are of such a mindset that they're blinded as to the truth, then the phrase drink the Kool-Aid applies. And at the Monroe County District Attorney's Office, and Monroe County Sheriff's Office, you're all drinking the Kool-Aid. So now, Todd, Todd, I have to tell you that I'm very concerned about this employee of yours because he's got a problem with his weapon that he uses every day on the job. Look at that weapon of his. And he's got his Monroe County Sheriff's hat on here. That fits perfectly. Does your hat look like this, Sheriff Baxter? Is this the hat that you wear every day when you go into 130 South Plymouth Avenue? And, did you got a rubber rifle like this that droops here? What's going on there, Todd, with this employee of yours? And you need to tell him to fix this rubber rifle of his, all right? Now, Todd, as a party-switching fraud, I'd like to know what your favorite team is. I really want to know in the NFL because, as you know, the NFL season is ongoing, and so is the Major League Baseball season. I'm watching the World Series right now, and incidentally, I'm watching the Washington Nationals, and I hope to win the World Series because I worked on Capitol Hill for 5 years as the U.S. House and U.S. Senate stamper, and I went to the second ever game for the Washington Nationals at what used to be RFK Stadium. And that was just tremendous, especially to see that field and how they tried to configure the baseball diamond onto what used to be the football field. Well, anyway, Todd the Fascist Stooge, since you're a party-switching, say anything fraud, I'm going to tell you, about how to pick a team and stick with it. All right, because this is my team right here. This is my New York Jets since I was 7 years old, and my mother, she loved Joe Namath, and mom loves Joe Namath, and I got to be a Jets fan. So I've been a Jet fan my whole life since I was 7 years old. And I also wrote the Broadway Joe, asking him for his autograph. And I got this glossy picture of Broadway Joe. He's standing there with the football in his hand. He signed it to Chris, Joe Namath. Now, I know that wasn't him. It was one of his people. But still, when you're 7, you think that's Joe Namath. And that was the greatest. So this has been my team my whole life. I did not turn in my team for the Giants. All right? Party switching, say anything fraud, Todd Baxter. You got that? Now, Sandra, sweetheart, I have to tell you, as you're a party-switching, say anything fraud too, that my team my whole life has been the New York Mets. That's it. Because my dad took me to my first ever game in 1972. We sat out there in the left field stands, out there with Dad. It was just terrific. One of the all-time greatest memories. And that's just like millions of kids who go to their first baseball game with their dads. I'm nothing special in that regard because fathers take their sons to baseball games when they're small. And it's an everlasting memory. So anyway, the Mets, and I've been to 100 games with my dad, Shay, and it was terrific. So anyway, that's my team my whole life. And I did not cash in my New York Mets for the Yankees. You got that? The Yankees are not my team, ever. All right? Party-switching frauds, Sandra, Doorley, Todd, Baxter. This is my team right here. Just because the Yankees are winners, all right, I didn't cash them in. You got that? So, now, Sheriff Baxter, I'd like to know about your double dipper, Michael Radler. He's collecting 2 paychecks. That's what I'm accusing him of doing. Because he's a double dipper. He's got his 2 paychecks. I got him right here. Because Michael Radler was a Monroe County Sheriff employee for 20 years and then he retired. And then he was rehired as an assistant to Sheriff Baxter. So why are you, Sheriff Baxter, employing Michael Radler, the double dipper? What's his purpose? And when was the last time you, Michael Radler, were out on the street and did a job? Because you're sitting around at a desk outside of Sheriff Baxter's office next to Jimmy the intern on your little wooden elementary school desk. Because you're a fucking bureaucrat, Michael Radler. That's what you are. You're a do-nothing. 18 times I sent you a FOIL for your payroll over the last year, and 18 times you ignored it. Your job is to respond to requests, demands for information from the public. And I'm demanding your payroll. I'm not walking over to your Wegmans Food Markets headquarters and asking Danny and Colleen Wegman for their payroll because that's a private business. Your entire existence is because of the taxpayers of the state of New York. So, what do you think's in that envelope? Party switching, say anything fraud, Todd Baxter, that you refused. That I sent you certified mail. I'm demanding your payroll. Refused. June 15, 2019. June 15th. You're afraid to open your mail from me, Todd Baxter. So, these grass-cutting parasites are here all the time suddenly. I moved here with beautiful, perfect lawn, no grass cutting alongside the house ever. Not one time ever. I go outside for 30 seconds. 30 seconds I'm outside. They don't own that land and come back in. How is that a crime? So I'm demanding that Nate Raj and Layla Kumar Shah prove that they own the land alongside my residence. They don't own that land because that's not a title. I called the Monroe County Office of Real Properties. No record of land ownership by Nate Raj and Layla Kumar Shah. Then I spoke to your deputy whack job on the phone. He says to me, they own that land. I said, they do? Send me the documentation or the title, any document that proves they own that land. And I received nothing. So he refuses to open his mail. This is not a title. Layla Kumar Shah, open your mail. Prove you own that land. Refused. Layla Kumar Shah, prove you own that land. Refused. Layla Kumar Shah, prove you own that land. Refused. Nayraj Shah, prove you own that land. Return to sender. Layla Kumar Shah, prove you own that land. Nayraj Shah, return to sender. So, I walk my wonderful little guy for the 4,000th time. The back window flies open from Shah Law Firm. They don't come over here and say we own that land and give me the documentation. I look at it. Fine, I didn't know you own that land. Because I've been back there 4,000 times. Pardon me. They don't do that because they're using you and your repulsive organization, your collection of criminals, to get to me. And they have. As an innocent man. If they own that land, why don't they just walk over here and hand me the documentation? Well, as I've just described to you and said to you, this is what they sent me in the mail. And I'll give you an example of how these people are. In the document that I get from the Shah Law Firm, it's from Nayraj Shah, and he says in this, he signs it, I represent Layla Kumar Shah. So Nayraj Shah represents Layla Kumar Shah in a incestuous family. They represent each other. I'm trying not to laugh at what you have unleashed on me. So on July 23rd, I sent to you, got this registered mail return receipt. July 23rd. Cost of surveillance device purchased from taxpayer dollars by Monroe County Sheriff Todd Baxter fixed to a building at 2025 Penview Road to monitor Christopher Child District 2610 Fraud Drive. Walks through the parking lot next to the building. You know what I heard on July 23rd? We don't know what you're talking about, Chris. You put that camera on that building and you're lying about it. Because I'm describing the lunatic fringe. And when I describe the lunatic fringe, it sounds like the lunatic fringe. It's your lunatic fringe, baby. So, excuse me, Michael Radler. I sent you. What do you think's in here? Because you're the public information officer, correct? You respond to the public, and I'm demanding your public employee payroll. So, and I'm accusing you of being a double dipper, that you're collecting 2 paychecks. So, in here, in this envelope, RTS, to Michael Radler, 130 South Plymouth Avenue, RTS. What does that acronym stand for, RTS? Because I walked over to the post office, I put this in there, and then I get it sent back to me, and it says RTS. Let me see. Can you help me out? Double dipper, Michael Radler, because what's in here is a Freedom of Information Law document demand for your public employee payroll. And you are afraid to open your mail. And I'm also telling you in this letter that you're a disgraceful, shameful double dipper collecting what? Collecting what? What are you collecting, Michael Radler? 2 paychecks, baby. So, now, I'm walking through the parking lot, begin to walk through the parking lot, pardon me, for the 4,000th time, and outside is Elliot Roth and his demented countenance. He's got this look on his face, oddball expression on his face, and he says to me, you're going to be arrested. And I don't know what the hell he's talking about. I've never been arrested. Because I've led my life with character and dignity and integrity. And I don't go around proclaiming that I lead my life with character, dignity, and integrity. But since my character, dignity, and integrity is under assault by a collection of fanatics, Todd Baxter and Sandra Doorley, party-switching frauds, then I'm asserting it. So, he says to me, with this look on his face, he looks like the Grim Reaper, this guy, with his gut hanging out, his shiny head. You're going to be arrested. And I have no idea what he's talking about. What the hell is this guy talking about? You're going to be arrested. Because he knows. He knows what? What do you think he knows? What do you think he knows? Party switching frauds. Todd Baxter and Sandra Doorley. He knows that device is on that building. He knows you installed it. So, I'm reminding him of this conversation because I want to know who told him at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. Who told you, Elliot Roth, I was to be arrested and you refused to open your mouth? So, Todd, when I was at MCC, and I saw your whack jobs there, I was wondering how much you pay them to be there. Because what are they doing there at MCC? What are they doing at MCC when you're supposed to be on the job? That's what I want to know. So, now, I go to your Panorama Trail office because your Panorama Trail office is where you six fanatics descended on me. And I want to know the name of that sergeant at that office. And Lieutenant Savino, I think that's his name, Savino. Because the sergeant at Panorama Trail has a long, distinctive name, and he has me in handcuffs on my front lawn for going outside to tell the toothless grass cutter that Vinny Raj and Layla Kumar Shah don't own that land alongside my house. Why? Why do you think they don't own that land alongside my house? Because they don't have the documentation. And the Office of Real Property in Monroe County can't confirm that they have it. And your office, when I demanded that you send me the title, because now they refuse to open their mail, I didn't get anything from you. So, this guy has me on handcuffs on my front lawn. And my neighbor, Adam, watched this. My neighbor across the street watched this. So you're not doing this to me in isolation. And they were disgusted by what you did to me. What you did to me. So, I go to your Panorama Trail office to hand him this document. This is on July 6th. This is the document here. And in this document is what? What do you think is part of this document? What do you think is part of this document? Party switching, say anything fraud, Todd Baxter? Your public employee payroll. I hereby apply to inspect, obtain a copy of the following records. The public employee payroll from Monroe County Sheriff's Office and Monroe County Jail. That's July 6th. And this was sent to you, Michael Radler, to you, Kathleen Miller, to you, S. Alberti, to you, W. Tadeo. How do you think you four exist? Because the taxpayers of the state of New York. You got it. July, August, September, October. It's 3 months later. Where's the public employee payroll? You understand that if the people of Monroe County learn when you pay the public employees at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, you party switching, say anything fraud, Todd Baxter are never reelected. And you, Sandra Doorley, party switching, say anything fraud, you will be reelected. And it's a disgrace. I wish I was active sooner on YouTube, but I'm not. So, anyway, you're going to hear from me, Sandra Doorley and Todd Baxter, party switching, say anything frauds. And you're going to hear from me, registered mail return receipt, relentlessly. Where is your public employee payroll, Todd Baxter? Where is your public employee payroll, Todd Baxter? How many times do I have to demand it? Sandra Doorley, where is your public employee payroll? How many times do I have to demand it? You, Todd Baxter, and you, Sandra Doorley, are above the law in Monroe County, and you will hear from me relentlessly. Resign.